something like their magic wore off, so they had no wings, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't fly. But somehow, I guess when she was out, like she
Through
had
the
some
power
faith.
of friendship.
My
She
Little
got her
Ponies.
through the power of friendship.
The
She got
power
her
of friendship.
wings
She got
back.
her wings back. Which
Exactly.
actually, it was cool to see how like they grew out or something. I found it really cool that how they like
It was
grew out.
kind of cool, but it was also kind of creepy. But
Well, anyway, she flies out and says like, "I hope you're telling the truth," and flies away.
yeah,
And then so she had attacked the actual Claire
yeah,
before all that happened. So Mila goes to Claire and says like, "Oh, wake up! Yeah, you saw John and whatnot," because she had transformed
Yeah.
into John to try and convince her or something.
Mhm.
Anyway, wakes her up and whatnot.
Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Lazy Movie Mondays. Today we're gonna be reviewing The Watchers, the new one that came out in theaters. Now, since actually, never mind. Whoa! I'm getting too ahead of myself. My name is Josh, as you guys know. Here are my co-host. I have
Angel.
and I have.
Ashley.
Okay, now we can go. Okay, so I was the one that suggested this movie because I was pumped because I saw it, the trailer in theaters when I went to go watch If, because I'm like that.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? So the trailer basically was just some girl going into this bunker, or not necessarily. It was just like a box, and then there was just like monsters watching them. That's all the trailer was basically. Damn, I'm going really fast.
Yeah.
When you watched the trailer, did it make you like have any assumptions of what you thought it was going to be, or like did you have any expectations when you first watched it, or no?
When I first watched it, it was like what's it called? I thought it was gonna be like a whole different type of movie. I thought it was gonna be like more like horror, where like there's like a monster chasing you like down something. You have to like escape or something, which it wasn't that. It was a completely different turnout. I didn't expect what happened, but the trailer I was like interested because I was like, oh okay, they didn't show that much like, because in the movie it wasn't really important stuff. Or I mean, yeah, it wasn't really important stuff what they showed. It was just like the basic knowledge you needed to know, But it looked interesting. So I was like, oh, I'm curious. I want to see what's going to happen. Which would bring us to Thursday, which was the day that we went to go watch the
last
movie.
Thursday.
Which was was pretty fun. Honestly, our experience was pretty good.
It was more than good. It was really great because
Yeah.
here's the thing. It kind of started off a bit wonky because our movie kind of was glitching and whatnot, but they rebooted it and it was fine.
Yeah.
The good thing is we had the whole like theater to ourselves. It was only us three, so we were talking throughout the whole movie, just like theorizing about everything.
I know.
We were plotting everything.
I know,
But it was
dude.
really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was great.
Not gonna lie, when we went to go get our food, it was kind of confusing. I never been to it.
Yeah, we never been to that theater, but
Yeah,
it was very
funny.
confusing, and the only person that did go there wasn't really helpful.
Yeah.
That did help, kind of.
Kinda.
He was lost.
I was just letting you guys
We
do
were
your
all
own
lost.
thing because I didn't know what you guys are doing. I was like kind of spacing off the whole time.
Anyway,
No, you wanna know what he was doing? He was playing Guitar Hero the whole time because there was an arcade in
I
there.
got to play too, and low key, I thought I was gonna be worse than I was. I was okay at it.
You know the funny thing is, Guitar Hero is way harder than actual guitar, for me at least.
See, now
I
I
struggled.
kind of want to learn guitar. I have someone who offered to teach me guitar. I just kind of
Bro, she has like
Yeah.
3 people that she knows that plays guitar.
but only
that
one
can teach her.
But only one of them offered.
Well, just because you never asked.
He offered though. He was nice enough to offer.
Whatever, man. Anyways.
Anyway, I think Angel should read the
All
summary.
right. So now we're gonna give a summary. Basically, it's just like what they put on the.
On Google.
Yeah, basically. All right, here you go,
The
Angel.
Google summary of the movie,
Oh, I could have just.
and then we'll
It's
get
right
into
there,
it.
bro.
All right. A 28-year-old artist gets stranded in an expansive, untouched forest in Western Ireland. Finding shelter, she unknowingly becomes trapped alongside 3 strangers who are stalked by mysterious creatures every night.
All right. So that's basically it.
Okay, smash the computer down.
Sorry.
That's mine, by the way.
Okay, so that's basically the summary.
Very simple summary.
Honestly, pretty simple summary.
And I think it covers a point.
Yeah, I
it
think
covers majority.
It's a
of
good
it.
summary because it doesn't spoil anything. It
Yeah.
doesn't say anything.
I don't think
you
the
know.
movie takes that long to get right into the plot, right? Like it kind of happened right away.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Yeah.
All right. Spoiler.
Yeah. After
Spoilers?
this, everything's pretty much spoiled.
Yeah. Everything's spoiler. We're going straight into the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start it. Okay. So at the beginning of the movie, there's a guy. Is it a guy or it's just a forest? It's just a forest scene.
Well, it starts off kind of like just a dude lost in the forest, like trying to run away from something.
Yeah. It's just okay. So it's a forest scene, and there's some guy that's running through the forest. We're not running through the forest, but he's like
Running
exploring-
away.
or running. No, he's just running through like pretty much, and then each time there's a sign that says what's it called? No going back from that this point, because if you go or you won't come back. You'll just like
So basically, the thing was there was
Okay.
like a perimeter, basically, of
Yeah.
like these signs. I would say like if you go past
Yes.
this point, there's
So-
no going back.
at the beginning of the movie, you don't know that though, because you just like see it. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah, it's just a sign.
But I'm guessing was that person was in the box, or so called the coop.
The coop.
Fire name. They're actual chickens. No, I'm joking. But
I mean,
that's the name they gave them. It's called the coop. But basically, I'm guessing this is the guy was trying to like escape or something, because he went past the point of no
Yeah.
return. There you go. The point of no return. There you go.
that's what it said. The point
yeah.
of no return.
Basically that, and then he's okay. After that, he tries to. Okay, wait, never mind.
You're getting too much into the beginning when there's like so much other stuff. To
Okay.
say, just so you know.
All right. So then there's birds that fly over him, which
I think
signalizes that
they were crows, right? they look
they're-
like crows.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're crows, but I'm just saying birds.
Well, be specific. They're crows.
Okay, my bad.
Crows.
Okay, anyways, they're crows that fly over him, and then which signals it's nighttime. So then he has the only option he has is to climb up a tree, but then he falls. Like really bad.
It was
He falls
funny.
off. Like he falls pretty bad. It was like at least one floor where he fell off of. Like it was pretty bad, and he was just there.
I found it funny.
And then okay, and then he because he had a backpack, so then he went to his backpack to get a knife, but then the Watchers get him, and then they kill him. Cutscene. We go to the main character called.
Emma? No.
Nah, it's not. It's not Emma. It starts with an M.
It's something like that.
I think it was.
Mila.
Mila.
Okay, there
Mila.
you go.
So-
So we
yeah.
cut to Mila at her job, which is just like
a pet store, I think.
yeah, she works at a pet
Yeah.
store, and then we just cut to her working, and then there's this guy who she works with that says they have a bird that a zoo wants, so she said she would have to go to the zoo, and she would said she would be fine with it to take a trip to go turn in the bird to the zoo.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, she also took that because I think she was going to go visit her sister as well. She was on the way to visit her sister and drop off a bird. It was a yellow bird.
Yeah,
It was
a yellow
a
bird.
parrot or something, no?
Yeah, it was
Something
just
like that. It was a talking bird. That's all I know. It was a yellow talking bird.
Yeah, there was a yellow bird. She was gonna go to her mother's funeral. Also, when she was there, but
She was multitasking.
for real.
I think the beginning also shows us how she disguises herself. Like if you remember, she was putting on
Oh,
a wig and everything.
yeah.
Okay, so she's like that type of person where like she'll go out to the bar or like to somewhere and she'll pretend to be a completely different person, wear a wig, have a different identity, all that stuff, And I feel like it matches with the whole movie. Once you get to the point, you'll understand why we're saying that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, I think
basically,
it was nice seeing that.
Yeah, and then she goes. Basically, after that, she just goes in the car. She starts to go. Then she goes through a forest path.
Well, yeah, because they live kind of it was like a forest.
Yeah, it was through a forest path. Then her car shuts off in the middle of the forest, aka means that she's in the territory.
And
where,
then I don't know why she thought that it was okay to get out of the car and start walking
Okay.
into the forest, though.
Realistically, okay, I kind of saw her process because she saw a shed,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it looked abandoned. So I don't know.
It did.
Yeah. Also, her car didn't really just like go off by itself. If I don't know if you guys are paying attention for it, but on the GPS and things, they started
Yeah.
putting like random symbols. So
Yeah,
I
so
think
it was like
the
some
work of the-
alien kind of symbols.
It was an EMP.
No, it was entities.
entities.
EMP.
Okay, bueno. So then it just like shut off, and obviously she has the bird in the back. So she
Yeah.
gets off, grabs the bird, and starts walking to like an abandoned shed she had seen in the like somewhere in the forest. So she starts walking over there and yelling like,
Yeah.
hey, "Can someone help me?" and stuff. And she's like, they're not responding. So she tries to walk back to her car, gone, completely disappears. Like she's like, "Where the hell is my car?" It completely disappears.
completely
and it's funny
disappears.
because it's like a light blue car. It was a Jeep too.
Yeah.
It was a light blue Jeep. Like it just literally disappeared.
She turned back, never
Gone.
saw it.
So then I think like she sees a random lady, like
Mhm.
old lady with
It
like
was an
white
old lady.
hair, and like calls out for her. But then the lady starts running. She starts chasing, asking for help.
Yeah.
Until the lady gets to the coop, as they call it,
Yeah.
and says like, "If you care about your life, you're gonna start running,
Yeah. And then she just starts counting
counting
down.
from 5."
Yeah. And then she just runs in the coop and she locks up the door, which is it's just a big metal door. And then we get introduced to the rest of the characters, which the other protagonists, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's like about 4 main characters in this story, which is Mia.
well, okay, so
or-
there's one main protagonist, but there's like
yeah,
other,
there's other.
yeah. So, you want to name
what do
them
we
off
have?
because I can't.
So we have Mina, who's the one that got lost in the forest. The ones that were already in the coop are Clara, Madeline, and Daniel.
yeah,
So clearly they were all in the coop before her, obviously. I think the one that got there last was Clara.
yeah.
And
She was the latest one.
Yeah, she had been there for like about 5 months, I think she had said.
Yeah,
But back to when she got into the coop. She ran into the coop and they what's her name?
No, yeah,
Madeline told Clara like, "Oh, get her ready. They're
yeah,
coming."
yeah. Exactly.
Obviously, she's going to be hella confused.
exactly.
So they just make her stand in front of like a mirror. All 4 of them are just standing in front of the mirror. And apparently
which
what
isn't
happens
it isn't a mirror. It's a one-way mirror. Which
it's a
basically
one-way
means,
mirror.
The other person could see through it, which means the watchers see through them.
Yeah.
But basically, what we got at the beginning is that they
It's like a routine, basically.
yeah, it's like they like to like analyze them, like if they were like
yeah.
like how we analyze like animals and like their behaviors is
Yeah.
what the watchers are doing to them basically.
Like every night they would come and through that mirror they would look at them just standing there. Or I think Clara was the one that used to dance. She would
Yeah.
put music on and dance, and the watchers liked that.
Yeah, exactly.
So they would just be there watching every night. They would not miss a single night to watch them. And every
That-
night they had to be in front of the mirror lined up.
they're always there.
They're always there.
it's-
No, they also gave him some rules.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the rules. Do you want to say the rules, Angel?
If I remember, I think they couldn't turn their back to the mirror. Like they always
Mhm.
had to be
Yep.
there. And then I think the other rules is that they were allowed to leave the coop, but that was only during like daytimes, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
the minute it was starting to getting dark, they had to go back because
And then
they wouldn't open the door if it was like
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Right?
So they had a rule. They were like, don't open the door to anyone after dark.
And then there's another one which is don't get close to the barrels. or
Yeah, the barrels, which is where the watchers
yeah,
stay during
it's
the
just
day.
their house. Yeah, during the
So-
day. Which is the first thing they break. The first rule that they break.
Okay, not gonna lie, I call them ants for that. Because they
Ants is
listen.
crazy.
If you see how the barrels are, like they look like the ant ones.
It's
So
giant.
they're
It's just
ants.
giant
And here's the
ant holes.
thing: they crawl around on the floor too. You see that, like towards the end, you see them crawl. They're ants. They're literally.
She's not
ants.
wrong though. She's not wrong.
Am I ever though?
So basically, Mila, right?
Yeah, Mila was
Mila
the first
and
one to break
Dylan
them. Daniel.
Go or Daniel. My bad.
Daniel.
They go into the barrels.
And steal a couple
Mila
stuff.
actually goes into the barrels or burrows. My
I
bad.
think Daniel was kind of autistic or something, no? Something.
No,
Something was wrong with that Daniel dude.
I think he was just like mentally insane.
No, I don't think so. I think he was just easily persuaded.
No, it's because he was like, how he was kind of like insane, where like he could tell when they're here or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of like mentally insane. Not saying it was like bad thing. It kind of makes sense where you have to. He's been there for like 6 or something months, so it kind of
No.
makes.
I think he was there for longer because Clara was the one that was there for 5 months.
Okay, she was 8. I don't know, but he was there longer at least. So then Mila goes into the barrels. There's like, for some reason, there's like bikes and stuff. There's cameras.
I guess there's stuff that the watchers just steal from whoever they find in the forest.
Yeah, I guess.
Also,
And-
I feel like this is important. Madeline was the first one in the coop. Just like,
Yeah.
Out of them 4, she was the first one.
Yeah.
Just y'all are gonna know why this is important further on.
Okay. So then after that, they have a camera, and then they say that there's a person called the professor, which was the original guy who built the like coop and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they said like anytime like an electronic goes into the coop, it starts working, but outside it doesn't start working, or it doesn't work at all. So it's
Yeah.
just in the coop. It's the only time it works. So they bring in the camera, they connect it to the TV.
Well,
so
they
it's
bring
like,
a couple stuff. They bring like a bike, a camera, and
Yeah.
some other
but
random
like
stuff.
camera is the most important thing.
Well, the camera and the bike, because they were planning to escape with the bike.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh
they
yeah.
brought the bike, and so the thing is that what was said is that even when daylight comes at a walking pace, they would never make it out of the forest
Yeah.
because the watchers can't get out of the forest, right?
Yeah.
So they were thinking like we might not be able to make it on foot, but maybe if we used the bike, we could.
Basically, Mila just wanted to leave. She didn't want to be there.
Yeah, she really.
That's
did
why
not
she got
wanna
it.
be there.
But
But back to the camera. Go
back
ahead.
to the camera, which is important because
Like you said, they connect the camera to the TV, but they also set it outside so that they could see what the watchers were, basically. Because
They kind of put it like a
Yeah, it was
security
just a-
camera.
security camera, basically. You want me to explain what happens next?
sure.
Okay, so
ahead.
basically after that, then we left this out, but Clara, right? What is her name?
Clara.
Clara, yeah.
Or Clara. I don't know.
Her husband was there with her at the time, but he left like 6 days ago. But then when they put the camera, he pops up. And
Well, he necessarily doesn't pop up. So the camera it wasn't a security camera that's up on like the top of the
Yeah,
door.
it
It
was
was
just-
at the bottom. So when a person popped up, it was just like the feet and like up to the knee. You could see. I think. It was,
yeah,
like,
up to the knee, but you could hear his voice,
Yeah.
which saying it's like, "Open the door! They're gonna come after me! Open it!" And then they were having a whole fight about.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we have a rule of like not opening the door, right? Going
Yeah.
back to the rules. We open the door for no one after dark."
Exactly.
But obviously, it's like it's someone's husband. Obviously, they're gonna want to open the door. It's clear. But then they're like, "Okay, we'll open the door if he proves to be your husband. Ask him
Yeah.
a question that only he would know." And I think she asks a question about the book she's reading because he had bought her
yeah.
that book, and she starts saying like, "What's the book I'm reading? Like, remember you bought it here. You said this and that." I don't remember what he said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he just said come on, just let me in. He was just
Yeah.
like, come on, just let me in, just let me in.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, wasn't a husband.
But then she wanted to open the door, so then she said, "There's a camera at your feet, pointed at your face."
Which was a huge mistake.
I mean, kind of. I mean,
Because here's the thing: the watchers didn't know the camera was there. Once they
Oh,
told the
yeah.
husband to put it up, that there was a camera at his feet, and to put it up to his face. That's when he got taken away. Like at that exact
Oh,
moment,
yeah.
they waited to know where the camera was. So they took the husband away, the watchers, and then took the camera.
Oh yeah, and then they got mad at them to the point where they cracked the one-way mirror, so it just got cracked.
Yeah, so there were like a big crack, like maybe above their heads, around above their heads. It was a crack.
Yeah. And then
I think after that they returned all the stuff and they like agreed like we cannot break no more rules, like
yeah.
whatnot, right? And then I think what happens after that?
I'm sorry. Is
I
that
think
what?
after that, they try to get back to like they just try to get back to it before they broke the rules. But at that point, everyone's kind of starving, and like the lady told her that the forest
yeah.
does things to you. You see things, and it just makes you go crazy, and you start seeing that more later because, like I said, they were hunting, but they weren't getting as much food, so they were over here dealing
So
with the madness
Daniel
from
was a
forest.
hunter, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel was a hunter, and apparently, Madeline was getting mad at him because she was like, "Oh, what's going on with you? Like, you're not finding enough food. We're all gonna
Yeah.
starve and whatnot." And I think, was it Mila and Clara go somewhere else, right, and leave them, right? And then they just hear yelling.
Oh,
Because
They just hear yelling.
Yeah.
you remember, her name was Claire, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
She was like walking towards the barrels. Is what they're
Oh
called?
yeah, Mila chased after Claire because Claire like got all depressed and what about her husband.
Oh,
And was
yeah.
gonna jump into a barrel and be like, "Oh, let them
Yeah.
take me too. I might as well be with my husband."
But then they hear screaming.
And that's when they see Daniel had tied up Madeline, which I
Yeah.
found really funny. Not gonna lie. Listen, the girl was just tied up. I
Okay.
found it funny. I think it's messed up, but I found it funny.
Okay, after that, Clara and Daniel like they start running into the coop, and then
They lock out Mila and Madeline.
yeah,
And
exactly.
So it becomes night. Obviously, they're in
Yeah,
danger.
which means
So
the watchers
I
are
think
out.
they find the corpse or something.
No, they don't find a corpse. It's like so what they do is like they get into like a or me what was it? No, what was it?
I think it was like a corpse type
Okay,
thing.
the old lady, 'cause I can't Madeline.
So Madeline and Mila just hide there.
Okay, they hide it into like a bush. It's not like an actual bush. It's like a hut made out of like wood sticks.
Yeah.
So they hide there to like, and the reason is because it started rotting. So like the wood starts rotting, which she said could probably
we'll
cover their scent,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't smell them. At that point, the watchers start running out, which we finally see what the watchers look like.
Which, damn.
I wish I had their height, man.
They're like
Yo,
over
they're
here like 7
something,
feet.
bro.
Like 7 feet. But here's the thing. The watchers got mad once they got to the mirror because they only saw 2 of them. Usually
Yeah.
there's 4. So Daniel starts yelling like, they're not here.
They're outside.
They're outside. So the watchers, like,
I
only
think-
one watcher
I
came.
think before you get to that, you should mention that how they look like or what they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was
Like-
gonna
So-
get into that, but you know,
Because
Okay.
they're really tall and they're
Okay.
also,
Yeah,
like,
I think
so-
only one
bum-
comes.
bums.
And like
All
they
right.
start crawling and then stands up. It's
okay,
kinda,
let me explain.
It kind of looks like a person, not going to lie.
So it looks like
a really tall person. Low-key.
it looks like a person, but it's like really like skinny, and they're like and like their skin isn't like, it's kind of like baggy, I guess you could say. It isn't like fully like on theirs like this. It's like kind of wrinkly and stuff,
Yeah.
and like then they have like a spine behind their, or it looks like a spine, which later on we discover
I think
isn't a spine.
I think if we can find a picture, we'll put it. But
I'll put it up there, yay! Because I'm probably gonna be editing this video.
But then you also see that as they were watching the people in there, they were also replicating what they were doing, like their movements
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah, we also see like them just like replicating like, but basically we just see them doing the same movement. We don't see them what's it called? What's the right word? Because I don't want to. Should I just say it at this point? Because it's kind of like
what's the word? Oh yeah, I think that's fine.
I think at this point we could say it, right? Okay, so they basically morph into them. No,
Wait, that was after. No.
nah. Wait, was it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'll edit it out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, we just see them doing the same movement as them, copying them, you know, just
Well-
and we also see them examining them when they're like there. We could see like, because we could actually see through the window and we could see what they see.
Yeah.
But basically after that, they go looking for them.
Yeah, they like
Then-
ran off trying to find Madeline and Mila, and
And
then I think Madeline and Mila run to the door like begging for them to
Yeah,
open, right?
and then he opens it. Oh, well, actually, never mind. I take it back. So since Mila, you know how her mother died, right?
No, because you didn't tell them.
No,
We didn't know that because she doesn't reveal that till later.
exactly. That's what I literally said in the beginning. She's gonna go to her mother's funeral, or like,
Oh, I
yeah,
guess,
that's what I'm
okay.
saying. So her mother
Yeah,
is
my
dead.
My fault, guys. Sorry.
My fault.
Basically, I think they said it in the story, but so what happened was, she kind of like distracted her mother when she was.
Wait. We shouldn't get on that because that's not what happens yet, Josh.
No, it isn't at the
No,
It is because she
wait,
starts
hold on.
explaining.
they
how
run
to-
when they run to the hut, they barricade themselves,
No.
and then they start trying to break in, and that's when they ended up underground. And then she tells them the story about what happened to her mom.
No, she tells them before at the door because
No.
remember she's trying to get in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
See,
saying. That's why I
okay,
can get
yeah,
it.
so basically-
I was falling asleep during the movie, guys. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, so basically, she explains how her mother died because it was her fault, which because she was being a brat technically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was being all annoying and stuff, and then because she was messing around with the window.
Yeah, you know,
And-
like the old cars in my bed. But you know, the old cars is like you put your hands there and like you put the window up and it won't stop. Like
Yeah.
some of the cars. So that's what happened. Her fingers got stuck when distract her. She started yelling.
Yeah.
So obviously her mom got scared and they crashed. So like basically her whole life she like blamed herself
Yeah,
for like
for-
killing her mom. And
for
she has
killing
a
her
twin
mom.
sister, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, she just blamed herself, and then she explains that to Dylan,
Daniel.
or Daniel. My bad. Damn. She explains that to Daniel about how it, like the amount of like pressure or like the trauma that you get from killing like
Yeah.
it's a really heavy burden on you is what I'm saying.
So she was
So-
telling him like
And then they open the door after she says that, and then they start panicking because they have to find because they're gonna break the they're breaking the window when they start to go in there.
No. So they get in, and Madeline starts yelling, and like she got mad at Daniel, and like
Yeah.
grabbed him by his like the top of his shirt and whatnot, and said, "Why would you do that? You're being stupid, whatnot." And then she says, "Hurry up, everybody, to the mirror. They're gonna come back."
Yeah,
But then at that point, like they do come back, but they start like banging on the
yeah.
window. They start trying to get in through the door. So they're like, we gotta find another way out because they're gonna break in.
Okay, yeah, because when they get in, they they border up the door,
With
so they can't get in through the door.
Yeah, they have. So basically, hold on, we're gonna explain a bit. Inside the coop, there's only a TV, a table, a couch, and
two
like
beds.
two
a record
beds.
player too.
Huh?
And a record player.
Oh, and a record player.
Yeah, one of those old ones.
Yeah. So what they do, they put the table against the door, kind of like barricading it.
Yeah,
And then so there's like a carpet
yeah. There's a carpet.
under the table, and they see that when they move the table, something lifts up, right?
Yeah,
They take away the carpet, and there's like
it's like a
an underneath, like kind of like if you have like an underneath basement or something. That's like just like a door thing there.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a door that you would
A hatch?
open.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
a
like a
hatch.
hatch. There you
Thank
go.
you.
So then, actually, no. There's a piece of concrete covering the hatch,
No, it was metal
or a piece of metal. My
because
bad.
they bended it.
Yeah.
Yeah, concrete
a
don't bend like that.
Oh yeah, my bad. So there's a piece of metal, what's it called, covering it. Then they take that off. Then they see the hatch
And so
decide
they start trying to open it.
they start trying to open it, and then they go inside the hatch, and then there's a bunker that's underneath the what's it called?
The coop, there's
coop.
like a bunker, and there's like
Which
food and like
Yeah.
like if someone lived there like a long time ago,
Oh
right?
yeah, but also we almost forgot about that. But basically throughout the movie, while they're in the coop, the people know that why it's there. Like they tell you it was the professor,
yeah.
like the old teacher at an old
Oh
school.
yeah, so I think we mentioned
Okay,
the professor.
I mentioned it slightly because at the beginning they don't really like say. They just
Yeah.
say it's the professor. They don't know anything else about it.
no
they,
one. Well,
they only knew that. What's her name?
Madeline.
Madeline knew him.
Yeah, so basically it was like that. Madeline knew the professor. The professor was like the first person to be there, the one that built the coop, that built everything, right? They didn't know anything else, just that the professor was there. Madeline known him. That's
Yeah,
all.
exactly. So then once they get into the bunker, there's like cameras, there's like TVs in there, there's a
Kinda
lot of
like-
food.
Yeah,
And
if it were
then-
survival
So
type.
then they go to the computer, they open it.
No,
and-
Mila goes to the computer.
Okay, well, yeah, she goes into it. She finds videos, and then it's revealed that the
Kind of
professor,
like a vlog.
the professor was the original person who built it, and the original name was Wonderland, which was built around the middle of their habitat, because that's why there's like signs around it to because it's, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. So basically, like I said, there's like a perimeter where you cannot go past because if not, you won't return to the coop, right? Because the coop is built in the middle of the Watcher's habitat. Now, the reason that do you want me to explain why the professor was there?
Oh, yeah, you can explain
Okay. So the professor was like a professor at a college and whatnot, university, I think. And so he has all this like research about like back in, I don't know how long, but there was like fairies that like would
that.
live
You
with
just
the people.
spilled it. You didn't make
Yeah.
no like dramatic anything.
No, I'm not doing all that.
Okay.
Okay, there's like fairies and people like coexist, right? Kind of like fairy tale type thing, right? They coexist and whatnot. But obviously, at one point, us humans, being how we are, we're greedy. As always, we're greedy.
Okay, wait. Let me.
We are.
Okay, we
Okay,
were.
we are.
Okay, we are.
Thank you.
Okay.
But point being, he wants to study these watchers because he has a theory that these watchers are the fairies that were locked away or something, right?
Okay, let
I
me-
think basically what you meant there is that they only cared for the fairies and like
Yeah, like
treated
the
them
power.
well until they started fearing them. Is when they
Yeah.
turned their backs against them and started like basically push them underground. Like
Yeah, like
lock
lock
up.
them away, basically.
Okay, you guys left out like a very important part. They were gods, actually. They were gods.
No,
They
No,
saw them
no,
as
they
no,
were
no.
godlike. Actually, never mind. No,
No.
yeah, they were.
no, they were fairies, but the people
Saw
saw
them
them
as
as
gods.
Oh,
gods.
okay, my bad. Never mind. Saw them as gods. So then
There's a difference.
the whole point is like they saw them superior as them. So then they got scared, and then they put them inside. Like actually, they don't say that yet. It's revealed later. After like they do that, after they find like the escape, because the professor says that. Whoa! I also forgot about that. So the professor caught.
Yeah, somehow caught one. They never explained how he caught one,
He
but
just-
he caught one.
Yeah, he caught a watcher, which he had in the cage, which you know. Yeah, I know. He caught in the cage. He was examining him. He wasn't trying to hurt. Actually, I don't even know if it was a him or her. Just the watcher.
Yeah.
The watcher. Had it in the cage. He was examining the watcher. Basically that's it. And then he figures out a way to get out. You know,
Well,
because
not necessarily. It's just the way he got there, not to get out. I think
he get through the. Okay.
because basically in all the blogs, there's like about his everyday life, right?
Yeah.
Coexisting with the Watchers and anything. He catches a Watcher, and tries to like talk with it. You know, try to have a conversation with it.
Have
in
it
some
back
way.
like how they had it before, where they were like
But
together.
at some point, I think it was after 2 other days, we don't see the Watcher in the videos no more,
Yeah.
and we just see
it's because
we don't see it in the vlogs no more.
No, it's because he doesn't. She doesn't go through every single one. She skips to the end, and then at the end he starts saying that I think it's his time, which just means
He was there for like
but
300.
you also see that like
yeah.
compared to his first and his last video, you
Yeah.
can see how much his mood, his mindset,
Yeah,
everything of
so
him
dude was
changed.
going like mentally insane.
Yeah,
so-
and
I think at the end of the tape, he was over here saying how he had no regard for human life and how he was like a monster or something.
yeah, he said he had like no more like
Oh, yeah,
humanity
then-
in himself and stuff.
Then again, this is also where they reveal that they transform and stuff. They transform into people. That's why
Yeah.
they're called the Watchers, because they examine them
Yeah, so
to
basically
like morph
it's like,
into them.
He
It's
also
like if
reveals
someone
that
were to
the,
watch
that the
us.
Watchers were getting too accurate with him. Like whenever
Yeah.
they,
Okay.
Oh,
So you know
okay,
how
yeah.
they had that Watcher in the cage.
I feel like we're going
That's
everywhere.
what they were. So the Watcher was examining him, and getting like making
So-
him exactly the same,
So
looking
basically,
exactly the same.
basically the Watchers is like if they examine, let's say they watched him for like 300 and something days.
300 a year, almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
And so the thing is that the Watchers would like learn how they looked, how they talked, how they moved, everything about us, and would be able to form into us, right? So they could,
Mm-hmm.
let's say if they were to kill one of us, they could take our identity, like become us and just walk the world as us, right? So basically the professor got scared that they were learning too much, that their features were getting too much human like. So he didn't want like the Watchers to be able to do that. So basically he said he had can I even say this on here? The bullet thing?
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll censor it.
Maybe.
But
he kind of
He kind of
has
okay.
2
So he has a
bullets, right?
gun. He has 2 bullets.
only.
Okay. So then you kind of know because there's a monster in the room, and there's him. So I'm not gonna say it, but like lines connect,
Yeah, just connect the dots.
and we hear boom
and then
and
another.
boom, and then basically that's
Yeah.
it. And then and also on that video he says that there isn't an exit for him, but there's an exit for the other people that come. Also, this is very important. Watchers cannot walk during the daylight.
They like
cannot.
get burned or
yeah,
something.
they
They're
cannot.
kind of like vampires. Now that I think about
Exactly.
it, they're kind of like vampires.
Also, another important thing is that fairies and humans mix together, so which would make like
Demigods type thing.
not demigods, but like
Demi-fairies.
demi fairies or something. like that.
Also, just because I feel like we haven't said that, the yellow bird's still with them. Like it's been with like okay.
Yo,
She-
there was something I called out at the beginning. Yo,
Okay, so that yellow bird has like she will not leave anywhere without that bird. That bird's there since the beginning.
yeah,
That's the rat.
it's not really an important detail,
I
but like
just
at
think
the end it
yeah,
is.
Yeah, that's why like we're just saying the bird is
Okay.
there until the end.
Now we've really been glazing on this like whole deal about the bunker. Basically, they said to the next day they would go to the boat that they left for them
Yeah,
to escape.
the professor said there was a boat at like the
Yeah,
edge of the
and
forest.
then he said, if there ever is, go back to the university where I studied and destroy everything.
yeah, because he
which-
didn't want anyone else
yeah.
finding out.
So then the next day they start going ahead. They make it to the sign. They're like, there's this the point of no return. So then they start going there. But the other thing was the birds, which it says follow the birds, which is what way they go to. So then they have a bird, which is their exit, which I called from the beginning.
okay. He did. He actually did. Like from the
Yeah.
beginning, he said that yellow bird's gonna mean something, and it did.
Yeah.
Because they let out the bird, and they start following the bird. I forgot. They gave it a name. I don't remember the name, but they start
Yeah.
following the yellow bird to like the exit, and then once it becomes night, you see all the other crows following too. So they just follow all
Yeah,
the
they
birds.
start running.
They make it to the boat, but I think
then
we got the husband back in the picture.
yeah, okay, so the husband that died,
Hold on. His name was John. Just so we
John,
could give him his
never
name was
mind.
John.
Okay, John, aka who died, was back on floor, and then Daniel, I guess because of the guilt, I think
guess.
he went to go help him, but you know the girls were already in the boat, and then they started screaming at them that that's not him, that's a watcher.
Because again, the watchers can take people's like form and stuff. So if, like we said, John had left like 6 days ago, they
Yeah.
had 6 days to study him.
Yeah, that also explains the beginning because the beginning we saw him. That was
Yeah,
when he was
Oh yeah.
gone for 5
So
days.
at the
that
beginning,
was him
when
out.
we said that there was a dude like trying to
Yeah.
he fell from a tree and went out. That was John. That was the husband that was trying to escape and obviously got
really?
taken. Yeah, it was
Dude,
John.
Oh,
that
okay.
explains why he also yelled, "No, it can't be!" Because when they killed him, they probably they probably morphed into him, so he
Yeah.
saw himself and kind
Yes.
of freaked him
So
out.
Daniel tries to save him. Obviously can't
Which-
because a whole bunch of watchers start coming because at this point it's nighttime.
Yeah, which kills him, and then
They
so
kill
the-
him and take his form.
yeah, which the rest of the rest of the like
The three
Peop-
girls.
yeah, the three
so
girls
it was
survive.
Clara, Mila, and Madeline. They get on
Yeah.
the boat and escape because
Yeah.
the thing is that the watchers or the fairies they can't get out of the forest.
Yeah, they can't
They
leave the
have like
forest.
their limit, you know.
yeah.
So they get out and they're on a river or a lake.
Yeah, it's like a river.
Yeah, on a river
Yo, but,
lake
like,
for like a long
Also,
time.
there's this one scene that was kind of It was kind of cool. All the watchers come out. They're like they look like human, but they aren't like completely human because they're like white. They're like kind
They're
of
like pale.
Yeah, they're very pale. They're not like human. Like they're like not like colored skin or anything.
Yeah, they're like pale and like really tall and
Yeah, they look.
They all looked like Daniel. They all took Daniel's
They
form.
took his facial features, but they just looked like pale, dead.
Yeah, but
So then after that, you know, they make it out of the woods, so they escaped
Yeah.
officially.
they made it back to like civilization
So then,
because they made it to it was like a bridge, right?
Yeah, they
and there
made
was
it to
like
a
a
bridge.
bus passing by. They made it to the bus, asked where this bus was going, and I forgot where it was going.
I
Not
don't
gonna
know.
lie.
But then they go.
But they
pick-
get on
yeah.
and they're like, okay, we're going back to civilization, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, they kind of split ways, but we almost forgot that her name was Mila, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mila was the one that went back to the university, huh?
Yeah,
yeah.
because
No, that's what I was gonna get into.
because
My bad.
back at the bunker, the dude asked whoever like was to get out of there if they could destroy all of his research. So when they all split ways, Mila was the one that decided to go to the university to get rid of all the evidence of whatever happened there.
Yeah, she went in saying that
It was
it was her
her
uncle.
uncle. Yeah.
And so she starts reading all his research and seeing all. And so the reason he went to the forest, did all of that was because so his wife had died like of cancer like 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, something like that. And so obviously you want them back, right?
Yeah.
So there was a thing that they were fairies, right? That they could bring back a dead person, right? So he went to research them to see if he could bring back his wife,
Yeah.
which when she looks into who's his wife and stuff,
Okay.
crazy thing,
Crazy.
Madeline ends up being the professor's wife.
But the thing is,
Hold on.
no.
So-
But the thing is, it shows in the pictures. It shows pictures. They were both together. They were both.
Yeah,
old.
so obviously Madeline was his wife. But again, she had died of cancer about 2 years ago.
Exactly.
So what's going on here, right?
yeah.
So they all split their ways, right? They go
Yeah.
to their homes right now. So Mila takes some of the research and goes to Clara's house
Yeah.
and starts telling her like Madeline is not a person. You know,
She's-
starts saying like she's not a person.
Yeah.
All of this, like look at the pictures, look at this. She's like Madeline is a transformed watcher.
Yeah.
She starts saying that the professor had pictures of Madeline and him, and so had the watcher transform into Madeline because
Yeah.
he wanted his wife back.
exactly.
But crazy twist again, Madeline had transformed into Claire.
which means because we get a scene of Claire driving her car into
Yeah.
the house.
So there's like two Claires now. Like one is parking the car, one is talking with Mila. So now obviously it's like Madeline transformed into Clara, right? And so now you're thinking like, didn't you say that they can't leave the forest? They can't. But like we said, human and fairies could
Mixed together.
mix together.
So which made-
Madeline, or the Watcher that pretended to be Madeline, was
part human.
part human. So that was why she could leave
And the others
forest,
couldn't.
and why she was a bit more advanced in being able to perfectionate the features of a
Yeah.
human. And Mila tells her this and says, "There's more out there like you." Because Madeline, or the
Well, we're
Watcher,
getting
that
ahead
was
of ourselves.
Madeline.
Basically, then she transforms back to herself,
To Madeline, yeah. She transforms back to Madeline.
and then she tries to go kill her, and then tries to perfect
Yeah,
Mila,
she transforms into Mila.
and it says, "I'm gonna explore this world, but in the body of
You.
you, and no one will know." But then she starts talking about how there's other people like
Exactly.
her out there.
Because here's the thing, the Watcher that was Madeline always felt left out, obviously. If you're going to
Yeah.
be different from the others, then you're going to feel left out. So that's like the main thing that she wants. She wanted to be like, oh, I'm the only one that got out. Now all of y'all are trapped.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's when Mila tells her like, oh, there's more out there like you. There has to be more out there. So
and
she decides to be like, I hope you're telling the truth. And then
Okay, whoa, whoa,
somehow,
whoa, whoa,
hold
whoa.
on. Somehow, so here's the thing. When they were locked away, like their wings, like,
Oh yeah, they're okay. So they used to be able to fly.
because they were fairies.
Yeah, because there were fairies.
And I think like because of how long they were down there, like their wings fell off or like they just disappeared or something. Like their magic wore off, so they had no wings, right? They
Yeah.
couldn't fly. But somehow, I guess when she was out, like she
Through
had
the
some
power
faith.
of friendship.
My
she
Little
got her
Ponies.
through the power of friendship.
The
she got
power
her
of friendship.
wings
She got
back.
her wings back. Which were actually,
Exactly.
it was cool to see how like they grew out or something. I found it really cool that how they like
It was
grew out.
kind of cool, but it was also kind of creepy. But
Well, anyway, she flies out and says like, "I hope you're telling the truth," and flies away.
yeah,
And then so she had attacked the actual Claire
yeah,
before all that happened. So Mila goes to Claire and says like, "Oh, wake up! Yeah, you saw John and whatnot," because she had transformed
Yeah.
into John to try and convince her or something.
hmm
Anyway, wakes her up and whatnot. And I think just it was a crazy plot twist that Madeline was
yeah,
a fairy.
dude. Like the actual reaction we had.
We should have recorded. I'm sorry, we couldn't record our reactions. We couldn't record
Yeah,
on the
no.
theaters, but it was crazy. Like I know we're not
We're
exaggerating.
not selling it that good.
We're
but
not. But
it was insane.
it was crazy.
We were following the whole plot line. I was like, oh, okay, this and that's
Right,
gonna
we
happen.
understood everything until that moment. We're like, what the?
We were like, oh
Yeah.
my god, we screamed. Well, didn't really scream, but we said it a lot since we were alone.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah, we were alone, so we could.
And
talk.
then they cut to also Mila gets over that fear of like it's all on her fault.
no,
because-
not the fear, the guilt.
or the guilt. My bad. The guilt of it was all her fault because of her mother's death.
Yeah.
So then she goes to her twin sister's house and talks about it.
Yeah, real nights with his twin sister. Like they talk about it and whatnot. And then before, I think this is about when the movie ends, right?
Yeah, this is where.
So before the movie ends, we see how the Watcher that was Madeline had transformed into like about a high school, middle school kid.
I was like a really young kid. It was like elementary.
No, well, around
No, yeah.
a kid between elementary and middle school. So she could like live in humanity being a kid, like grow up and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then I think that's when the movie ends.
Yeah, that's where the
So it just cuts off to like it ending,
yeah.
But clearly it was like the Watcher of Madeline was trying to find more like her.
yeah,
And
honestly,
live in humanity, see if like bring back the moments that it was
honestly,
before.
when I figured that out, I was like, damn, this whole movie had a whole meaning to it, bro.
And Mila never burned all the research, just so we're aware. It never showed her burning the research or anything.
It's
So
kind of-
that's all still there, But I think we've been talking for too much. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. But basically what me personally, I liked the movie a lot. I thought it was going to be a whole other different, as I said in the beginning. But I personally liked the movie. I thought it was good. That's just my point of view though, I don't know. I guess
really liked it. I don't watch horror movies, and when they told me it was horror, I was really skeptical about it. But I really liked it. It was nice. A couple
Mhm.
jump scares here and then, but I'd watch another horror movie. Now that I'm watching it with them, I'd watch again. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a wrap.
But we still need his opinion. What was your opinion?
Yeah, we're just wrapping it up at this point.
It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad.
It was good.
Yeah. I didn't like the whole like. It wasn't really. What did it for me was just the storyline. Honestly, that was it.
Yeah, the plot twists.
But anyways, thank you for watching movie.
Lazy movie.
Lazy
reviews.
Movie Monday reviews. Thank you for tuning in. Damn, my brain just went.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
I'll try to add pictures and stuff just so you
Yeah,
guys like
y'all will understand.
just to show examples and stuff. So, all right. Thank you for watching / listening. Bye.
Bye.